our syllabus. So today we will introduce the topic backtracking, and before going to start the backtracking, first we have to recall the recursion. And I think all of you have already know what a recursion is, and you have made various programs using recursion. So basically what a recursion is, recursion means when a function call itself again and again, then we call as recursion. So like you have solved the factorial program you was using recursion earlier. So like just I am revising the contents of recursion that is used in backtracking. So like in a factorial program using recursion, you have made a program, you have made a prototype function fact, then calculate the factorial using the recursive procedure n into fact of n minus 1. And suppose you have to calculate the factorial value of 5, then it will be calculated like first calculate the value of 5, then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1, and the factorial of 5 is calculated as 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Like that is calculated via this n into fact of n minus 1. So now let's look at an example to see what we already did in recursion. Suppose we have two boys and one girl that we want to place on a 3 vacant seat. We have 3 vacant seats, and on that seat we have to place 2 boys and a girl. So recursion helps us to explore all the possible solutions of given problem. So let's explore the recursion. Suppose this is the 3 vacant position number 1, position number 2, and position number 3. So on these 3 vacant positions, what we have to do, we have to place 2 boys and a girl in the 3 vacant positions. So how many options we have at present? Suppose a guy say, I want to place boy 1 at the first place. Second one say, I want to place boy 2 at first place. The third person says, I want to place girl at first place. So at first place we have 3 options, boy 1, boy 2, and girl 1. Since we have 2 boys and a girl. Boy 1 is denoted by B1, boy 2 is denoted by B2, and girl is denoted by G1. So on the first slot we have 3 options. Either we place boy 1, either we place boy 2, either we place girl 1. So after placing these 3 options, we further explore each one by one. Suppose we start with this option, that is we have placed boy 1 at the first slot. Now the remaining 2 slots are empty, and now we have 2 choices, the boy and a girl. So now again we want to place at the second place, we want to place the boy denoted by B2. So we place it at B2. Again, if we want to place at this place girl G1, then it looks like this, that after B1, girl G1 is placed. Okay. So these are the 2 options that we have with B1. Now with B2, what we have only 2 options here again. So if we start with B1, in the next slot, if we want to place boy 1, then we place B1. Instead, if we want to place girl, we place it G1. So after placing this, the remaining last slot is empty. 1 is here and 1 is here. Now our third choices are, suppose we are placing girl at first slot, and now the 2 remaining slots. So what we have to do, we have again 2 options. Either we place boy at the second slot denoted by boy 1, or we place boy 2 at the second slot denoted by B2. So this option has further 2 choices. So we are placing like this. Now again let's look at the above choices one by one. So let's start with this. Now here we have placed 2 boys and the girl is remaining. So whatever we have to do next, we simply place girl in the third slot, and all our slots are occupied by placing 2 boys and a girl. If we select this choice, then here 1 slot is empty and we have remaining 1 boy denoted by B2. So we simply place B2 here. Again, if we are allocating in this B2 B1, then in the third slot we are simply placing the girl denoted by G1. If we are selecting this slot B2 G1, then in the third slot our choice is to place simply boy B1. Here we place B1. Now if we take this slot G1 B1, then in the third remaining slot the remaining boy sits here, and that is denoted by B2. So we place the boy B2 here. And if we take this slot, G1, B2, then the remaining third slot will be occupied by the boy 1 denoted by B1. So these are our various choices for placing boys and girl on 3 vacant position by using recursive procedure one by one. So these are the choices that I think you have already heard and read the recursive procedure. So a program in recursion progresses in such a way that it explores various possible solutions of a problem, and we can use a tree to show all such solutions as shown in our previous example. And example means this example. We have made a tree like a structure here. So this is our example to place 2 boys and a girl on 3 vacant seats. So, and this tree is called as a state space search, and a search on this tree using recursion is of form depth search manner. We search via depth search procedure on this tree, and this tree is called as state space search. So this is the basic recursion procedure that you already know. And now we have to start our new topic, that is backtracking. So while solving a problem using recursion, we break the given problem into smaller one. Let's say we have a problem capital A and we divided it into 3 smaller parts, say capital B, capital C, and capital D. Now it may be the case that the solution to the problem capital A does not depend on all the 3 subproblems, that is B, C, and D. In fact, we even don't know on which one it depends on. Suppose let's take an example. Suppose you are standing in front of 3 tunnels, one of which is having a bag of gold at its end, and you don't know which one. So what do you have to do in search of gold? So you have 3 options. First, go to the tunnel 1, and if that is not the one, then come out of it. Then again in the next slot you go to tunnel 2, and again if that is not the one, then you come out of it and then go into tunnel 3, and you can find the gold if the gold is at there. Since there are 3 tunnels and gold is placed into one of the 3 tunnels. So basically in backtracking, we attempt to solve a sub-problem, and if we don't reach the desired solution, then undo whatever we did for solving that sub-problem and try solving another sub-problem. It means backtracking means to divide the problem into further sub-problems and try to solve the further sub-problems to reach a desired solution. So in the previous example, we have taken 3 vacant slots and placed 2 boys and a girl. And suppose there is some condition that is given. Suppose arrange 2 boys and a girl on 3 vacant seats in such a way that the girl never sits between 2 guys. It means the condition is given that a girl never sits between 2 guys. 2 guys means 2 boys that we did earlier. So it explores all the possible solutions in state space search, that is in the tree structure. It traverses the tree using depth first search, and on realizing that the solution generated is not a feasible solution, that is, it does not abide by all the constraints, it undoes the last choice by backing up. It searches the tree only until a feasible solution is found. So what we have to do, we have 3 vacant slots and we have to place a girl such that the condition is given. The girl never sits in between 2 guys. So what we have to do? First, in the first slot, either we place boy B1 or B2. Suppose we place boy B1. Then in the next slot, we don't have the choice to place the girl because it is given that the girl never sits between the 2 guys. So in the next slot, our choice remains that we have to place the next boy, that is boy B2. And in the third slot, we have to place the girl denoted by G1. So this is the solution. If there are 3 vacant slots containing 2 boys and a girl, we have to place their slots, and the condition is given that the girl never sits between the 2 guys or the 2 boys. So this is basically the understanding about the backtracking procedure. We are dividing the problem into several sub-problems and try to solve those sub-problems until we reach a desired solution. So let's take some example, and using the example, it may be clear to you the basic backtracking procedure. So I am taking a popular example called as n queens problem, and I think all of you have some time playing chessboard. So you have already know about what a queen is in a chess game. So there are various players in a chess game and queen is a part of it. So n queen problem is a popular problem that is based on backtracking algorithm. So what the problem is? So first I will tell you the problem statement and then what we are going to do to solve that particular problem. So in n queen problem, you have given a chessboard having n into n cells, and we need to place n queens in such a way that no queen is attacked by any other queen. So in a chess game, the queen can attack either horizontally or vertically or diagonally. So there are three options, either horizontally, vertically and diagonally, and we can move it to any place, like either we move horizontally 1 place, 2 place, 3 place and 4 place. It depends upon the choice of user. So initially we have n cross n unattacked cell where we need to place the n queens, and suppose a cell is denoted by I comma j slot, and let's place the first queen at cell I comma j. So now the number of unattacked cell is reduced and the number of queens to be placed is n minus 1. Since we have total n queens, so if a queen is placed at cell I comma j, then the remaining queen is n minus 1. And place the next queen at some unattacked cell, and this again reduces the number of unattacked cells, and the number of queens to be placed becomes n minus 2 in the next slot. And in the third iteration, it becomes going on decreasing like n minus 2, n minus 3 and so on. So now let's take a position of a chessboard and see what I am talking about. So instead of taking n into n square, I am placing the value n equal to 4. It means we are talking about 4 cross 4. So like in this diagram, we have given 4 cross 4 chessboard. 4 cross 4 means 4 rows and 4 columns, and we have to place n queens. It means here n equal to 4. It means we have to place 4 queens in such a way so that none of them contradict. It means none of them attacks themselves. So what is solution? Using backtracking. So let's try to solve it. Suppose initially we are placing first queen at first slot, that is cell I comma j, and if this is first row and this is first column, then this slot is 1 comma 1. So at cell 1 comma 1, we are initially placing first queen. So after placing this queen, if we are going to place the second queen, then how many choices are there? So this queen will attack in this direction horizontally, this direction vertically, and this direction diagonally. So these three positions are completely blocked. So we have to place the next queen instead of these three positions, this one, and this one. So if we are going to place the second queen, then we are not placing here, here and here, because this queen is attacking at these squares. And also we are not able to place here, here and here. Again, we are not able to place here. But if we are going to place a queen at this slot, then this queen will never affect this slot. So in the second choice, suppose we are placing the second queen at this slot. So this position is basically the second row and third column, that is 2 comma 3. So at place 2 comma 3, we are placing the second queen. So this queen will attack vertically here, horizontally here, and diagonally this place and these two places. So in the next slot, what we have to do, we have to place the third queen. So third queen will never be placed at this place and this place, never placed at this place and this place, because these places are covered by this and these two queens. This slot is also covered by this queen, this slot is also covered by this queen, this slot is also covered by this queen, and this slot is also covered by this queen. So let's check again in the fourth row. This slot is also covered by this queen, but this slot is empty and not attacked by any of the two queens. So in the next slot or in the next iteration, we are placing the third queen at this place, and this slot is fourth row and second column. It means we are placing the third queen at 4 comma 2. So after placing the queen at 4 comma 2, if we are trying to place the 4th queen, then none of the square remains at which there is no attacking, non-attacking position. So these three attacking positions are attacked by this first queen. These positions are attacked by these queens, this queen. This position is attacked by this queen, and all the remaining empty squares are attacked by one of the three queens. So if we are placing the 4 queens, then we are not able to do so. So what we have to do? So since we are using the backtracking, so we are reversing our procedure one by one. First we have placed this, second we have placed this, and lastly we have placed this. So since there are no vacant slot where we are able to place the 4th queen, so we have to remove the backtracking procedure via. So the last queen we have placed is this. So we are replacing this queen. So after replacing this slot becomes empty. So this slot becomes empty. So now in the next iteration, again, we are replacing this queen and making the slot empty. So this slot is again empty. So now in the next iteration, first queen is here. So again, we are checking some other position. Suppose in the next slot, we are finding the position 2, 4. We are placing the second queen. So yes, it may happen since there is no contradiction. And now we are placing the third queen at 3, 2 location in the next iteration. So yes, it is okay. But after placing this, then again our problem arises because there are no empty slot where there is non-attacking position by the 3 queens. So again we start backtracking, remove the last placed queen, then these 2 queens remaining. Now after backtracking, suppose again we are searching for the next slot and we are finding the slot at 4, 3. So we are placing the queen at this position, that is 4, 3. Now after this, again we are not finding any place to position our 4th queen. So again we start backtracking, remove this queen. So the left remaining queens are these 2. Then again using backtracking, remove this queen. Then the remaining queen is here. And again, suppose in the next slot we are placing at position 3, 2. And again we keep on trying so that all the 4 queens are occupied in this 4 × 4 square such that none of the queens contradict each other. So the various possible way to assign this task. So I am giving you one of the solution that may be possible for this type of given problem. So if we are taking the value of n equal to 4, so instead of placing like previously, if we place first queen at 1, 2, that is first row and second column, second queen at 2, 4, that is second row and fourth column, third queen at 3, 1, that is third row and first column, fourth queen at 4, 3, that is fourth row and third column. So this is one of the possible solution for 4 × 4 queens problem in a chessboard. So likewise this, you are using the backtracking algorithm to solve a given problem. So there are 2 backtracking algorithms that we are going to discuss. The 2 algorithms are, first one is the 8 queen problem. So today I am discussing you the 4 × 4 matrix, but in 8 queens problem there are 8 × 8 square, and on 8 × 8 square, that is 8 rows and 8 columns, and total of 64 squares are there, and you have to place 8 queens in such a way that none of the queens contradict each other, that is none of the queens attack themselves. So you have to find the possible solution for 8 queens problem. So tomorrow we will discuss 8 queens problem, and second problem is rat and maze problem. These 2 are popular algorithms in backtracking algorithm. So those algorithms we will discuss tomorrow. So for today, this is the basic introduction of the backtracking. So I have already shared in the Google Classroom this backtracking PDF file that I have used today for you. And in this, I have taken 4 × 4 chess square in which we have placed the 4 queens, and we are finding the possible solution via backtracking procedure. And one of the possible solution is this one that I have shown to you. There are other solutions also. So keep trying to solve this problem, and if you find any other solution, then it's okay. And the condition is that the 4 queens never attack themselves. Like this is this queen. The attacking positions are this one, and this one. The attacking positions are this one and this one. Attacking positions are this one. Attacking positions are this one and this one. The attacking positions are this one. So for this queen, these are the attacking positions. So there is no contradiction. And for this queen again, the attacking positions are this and this. The attacking positions are this one, the whole horizontal row, the whole vertical column, and these diagonals. For this queen, the attacking positions are these whole horizontal positions, these all vertical positions, and these diagonals. For this queen, the attacking positions are horizontally, vertically, diagonally these two positions, and diagonally this positions. So these are the attacking positions, and you find that this is a possible solution because at none of the positions any queen contradicts or attack each other. So